Well, all right now, Shakur Stevenson pulling out all the stops, playing no games, sparring with Terence Bud Crawford ahead of his fight, Valdez, Oscar Valdez versus Shakur Stevenson. That's what I'm gonna hit y'all with in this video. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. This picture just leaked on the internet. It's of Shakur Stevenson and Terence Bud Crawford. Terence Crawford also posted it on his social media feed, on his story. You can see his shoulders glistening, pause, and they just got some work in. Keyshawn Davis seen this and said, "I love seeing this, man. Me and my brother is walking in greatness, and our big bro, Terence Crawford, is making sure of it." And then he tagged both of them. This is amazing to see. Terence Crawford, at this point of his career, he's been undisputed. He's a bit older than both Shakur and Keyshawn Davis. They're the up-and-coming generation. So at this point, Terence Crawford, he's a veteran. And what better way to show and prove that you're a veteran by helping the youth? And, you know, I love to see it. It's great to see. Now, super sidebar, I did post this. I said, I wonder if it's awkward sparring in the top-ranked gym in Las Vegas when Bud Crawford has got an active lawsuit against Bob Arum and Top Rank. I am glad he is working with his little bro, helping him out and helping him prep for a big fight, which is the bigger picture, but I'm legit just curious. So that's just a side conversation because Bob Arum is being sued by Terence Crawford actively. And you could see all the banners and everything. He's in the top ranked gym. It's like very distinct. That's the top ranked gym. So I just wonder if it's awkward. However, two things. Bob Arum, they said he's sick and he has possible Rona and he's not going to make the Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte trek over in the UK. So, I mean, I guess he wouldn't even run into him at this particular point. But you still got, you know, photographers or personnel and stuff, whoever has the keys to the building, whoever's in the office and stuff like that. So I'm just curious. That's just a sidebar conversation. But back to the story at hand. I really like Shakur Stevenson working with his big bro, Terence Crawford. I mean, the man has a gang of knowledge. He's a very sharp puncher. He's a sharp fighter. He's naturally bigger. And Shakur is about to fight a guy who has a big punch, I guess you could say. Not like Terence Crawford. Crawford's just better than Oscar Valdez. Let me just say that. But if Shakur is getting rounds in with Terence Crawford, he's a more complete fighter than Oscar Valdez. And, you know, I don't know how hard Crawford's going, but I know they sparred several times. So this is just amazing work. At such a young age, Shakur Stevenson, I mean, it's not a surprise. He's been fighting all his life from Newark, New Jersey. He's a Rio Olympian and a silver medalist. So I'm not surprised by this. But at the end of the day, it's great to see him getting top shelf work. He sparred with, at this point, Vasily Lomachenko, two-time Olympic gold medalist. You know, he's sparred with an undefeated fighter that you've seen throughout this video, Terence Crawford, who's bigger than him and years in the game, undisputed at 140. Sparred with Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney. I mean, he's just worked with top talent, and I like that. But specifically for this Oscar Valdez fight, now I will do a tail of the tape. Shakur looks big. Like, I don't even see how he's making featherweight for so long. And it looks like he's comfortably going to make weight. He's a gym rat. I just love Shakur's discipline to the game. And actually, I give props to Crawford as well, because you could tell Crawford really loves the game of boxing because he's always mentoring or in the gym. I mean, he's either at his kids' you know, I don't know every move he makes, but from what I see, he seems like he's at his kids' wrestling events. He's just a competitor, you know? He's at his kids' wrestling tournaments and events with his family, fishing, or probably doing something athletic, you know, playing ping pong, playing basketball, helping people spar. Like, you know, you see him helping fighters in his gym spar, where Crawford, he's wearing like jeans and Timbs and stuff, like maybe just popped in the gym, and then he ends up getting some work. So that's great energy for Shakur to be around, because again, this is a champion. Many people want to see Terence Crawford, including myself, Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. That would be for all the marbles. I've made several videos about it. Errol Spence, he's kicked it up a notch and he's speaking a lot more. He really did what he said he was going to do, collect belts on his side of the fence. And he just did that last Saturday, beating Yordenis Ugas. Check out the Boxing Ego injury report. Ugas, his face got bashed up. Terence Crawford, he commented on the call out. I got videos coming about all that, so make sure you guys tune in. So all in all, this is amazing stuff for Shakur Stevenson to be getting this type of mentorship. Both him and Keyshawn Davis, as far as I'm concerned, because they're the like I said, the up and coming generation, and they're in there with a great fighter. Terence Crawford. The other thing that I think he specifically can help Shakur with is Terence Crawford's mean. Like, I'm not saying he's like mean as a person. I'm saying he has a mean streak. Like, when I see Crawford fight, he has that bite down. He's a dog. That Ray Mercer. Ray Mercer was a mean fighter, haggler. So Terence Crawford, a throwback fighter, but Errol Spence Jr. is too. So, that's a great fight. But I like that type of energy being around Shakur Stevenson, because Shakur, you never know. You can't discount Oscar Valdez. It looks like he's training hard. Me personally, if I'm being honest, I don't think he can with Shakur Stevenson at all. Like, I think people will be surprised. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if people are writing off. I just could tell. Rest in peace to Roger Mayweather. A lot of people don't know ish about boxing. Most mother don't know ish about boxing. They showing enough don't. Like, this fight is a great fight. I'm anticipating the fight. We'll see if there's any twists and turns in this fight. But on paper, it's a good fight. To me, I think Shakur is levels above Oscar Valdez. And that's just being honest. I've seen too many fights against much lesser than Shakur Stevenson fights where Valdez has struggled. He fought this Filipino cat in Arizona, where he's from, and he got dropped by the dude. And I had never seen the person since, never seen him before. And that was a super tough fight for Oscar Valdez. He got his jaw broke versus Scott Quigg. Now, he's still undefeated, so he's getting through these fights. But from what I've seen from both, I think Oscar Valdez, he shows heart. He comes from a good gym, the Canelo gym, the Eddie Reynoso gym. I just think Shakur, he's just more complete. I don't even think Oscar Valdez won his last fight against Robson Conceição. And he could box a bit, but Shakur, he's just kind of coming into his own. He's working with the best in the business, from youthful guys like Keyshawn to veteran fighters like Terence Crawford. That's better than anybody that I've seen Oscar Valdez spar with. And it's not about just who you spar with, but that's your preparation. Your preparation is key. Like, if I didn't do thousands of videos and put my 10,000 plus, I've done way over 10,000 plus hours in this boxing game. You got to multiply that by 1 million. So had I personally not done that, then I wouldn't be where I'm at right now with it. But it's that trial and tribulation. It's the ups and downs. It's the biggest thing in life is, people overcomplicate success. Most of the people aren't willing to do one thing that can easily separate you from 90% of the people out there. And that's just being consistent. And when you look at top tier fighters, consistency and discipline is at the top of the list. Like Kobe Bryant said, the Black Mamba mentality. We know Terence Crawford. Name a time he's ever been and missed weight. Shakur Stevenson. I don't remember a time Shakur missed weight. So certain fighters, they're just young legends and they show up each and every time. And that's just the reality of it. And until otherwise proven, it's going to be hard. But meanwhile, Oscar Valdez, he failed with phentermine. He's had struggles with his weight and, things like that. So, and he's had performances that were shaky, as I mentioned earlier in this video. So all the way, I'm picking Shakur Stevenson. This is not even this is like when Errol Spence fought Mikey Garcia. It's that type of fight where I literally seen very little window of opportunity. Now, I'm human. I could be wrong. Oscar Valdez has some pop. He leaned Miguel Berchelt, but the Berchelt performance and the Nakathila fight showed me Berchelt, he survived off of, aggression more than skills, because Nakathila, Shakur Stevenson didn't look like that, and Nakathila destroyed Miguel Berchelt. So really, and realistically speaking, we don't even know how good Berchelt was as a champion. I mean, yes, if you're Francisco Vargas, you're going to have a hard time getting past Berchelt because of, you know, his style and power. But if you're a Shakur Stevenson or somebody who's complete, listen, I ain't going to hold you. After the Oscar Valdez fight, like in preparation for the Nakathila fight, I know boxing and I'm in a lot of boxing circles. They said that Berchelt was getting tossed up in Las Vegas in sparring. So that's Oscar Valdez's best win. And again, we really don't even know how. I know he was a champion, respect to that. We really don't know how good Berchelt was. To be honest, Shakur Stevenson told you that African dude, he was type big, and Shakur after the fight, I think he had a little knot under his eye, and he said, man, the dude, he had some power, and he was kind of awkward. And I could see that. And you've seen it when basically Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson's leftovers fought each other on a top rank card, which is Berchelt Nakathila, and that destroyed them. So again, these are circumstantial pieces of evidence, if you will. It doesn't equate to, okay, Oscar Valdez absolutely will lose, but my personal pick, I don't see him beating Shakur. I think Shakur's too talented. He doesn't even get hit. Like Berchelt and Valdez, Berchelt has no defense. He lacks skill. He lacks, head movement, stuff like that. Shakur doesn't get hit enough. So yeah, it's a good fight on paper, but it's a very, very easy fight for Ego Stradamus to pick. Shakur all the way, depending on how much Valdez can take. If he's real tough, decision. If not, late stoppage. That's how I see it. And especially if Shakur pulling out the stops and working with Crawford and whoever else, Keyshawn, I know he got some good sparring in there. It's just, I think it's his time. In the last 30 days, 50% of the people that watch my videos for the month of March hit the subscribe button. The other 50% watched this content for free on YouTube and didn't hit the subscribe button. So make sure you consider that. Worst case scenario, if you don't like the content, you can always unsub at any time. But this is what I do. I'm here to bring you the best in boxing, give you the boxing news, give you some views, give you something to chew on. So Shakur Stevenson, Oscar Valdez, subscribe. I'm tapped in with the fight. If you want me to do the Boxing Ego first look, often imitated, never duplicated, tale of the tape, let me know in the comment section. Should be a great fight. I still haven't had a chance to watch the Blood, Sweat, and Tears, which is a docu-series. Some people watched it. They said he was crying. They said Valdez was crying in there. So I'll probably check it out when I get some time. Let me know what you guys think. Shakur Stevenson working with Bud Crawford. This could spell a lot of trouble for Oscar Valdez. Let me know how I did in this video. And I'm out. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation.